The top story is Ethiopia to launch 700 million tree planting program in a single day. And Turkish investments in Ethiopia reach 2.5 billion US dollars. Hello and welcome to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism, with me, Shifara Olako, and thank you for watching us. Now, Ethiopia is set to launch an extensive tree planting program aiming to plant 700 million seedlings in just a single day. The one-day event is planned for July 31st, 2024. The campaign is part of the nation's Green Legacy Initiative, which seeks to plant a total of 7.5 billion seedlings throughout this rainy season. Ethiopia has so far planted more than 40 billion seedlings over the past 6 years through the initiative. The Office of the Prime Minister announced Thursday that on July 31st, 2025, Ethiopia will be planting 700 million seedlings in one day. The office also called on Ethiopians to get ready as the countdown begins. On August 23 last year, the country launched the same program, but to plant 600 million saplings in a single day. In another development, the chairman of Ethiopia's Green Legacy Initiative Technical Committee, Adefris Worku, has praised the nationwide tree planting campaign as a model response to climate change for the global community. In an exclusive interview with EBC World, he highlighted the initiative's vital role in enhancing food security, combating climate change, and promoting environmental conservation, noting that it will continue to gain international recognition for aligning with key global sustainability goals. Shagai Matel reports.
Since 2019, Ethiopia has been conducting a massive tree planting campaign called the Green Legacy Initiative in a bid to combat climate change, boost agricultural productivity, build a green and climate resilient economy, among others. So far, the nation has planted over 40 billion seedlings serving multiple purposes, including food security, enhancing environmental protection, and increased forest cover of the country. Talking to EBC World, Technical Committee Chairman of the Ethiopian Green Legacy Initiative, Adefris Worku, said that the move has brought significant contribution in fighting the impact of climate change and ensuring food security, not only for Ethiopia but also for the global community.
What we have been doing here is globally significant. It is significantly contributing to those global big agenda. One is food security, the other one is biodiversity conservation, the other one is combating desertification or land degradation, sustainably managing forest, issue of energy, issue of migration, and all combined together. Green Legacy Initiative of Ethiopia is significantly contributing to these global agendas or global targets where states heads come together, discuss annually, be it in COP or in other agenda.
The chairman also indicated that due to practical implementation of the tree planting campaign, leaders from across the globe are giving due attention to the nation. As a result, Ethiopia has been chosen to provide success stories to regional as well as world leaders, in return raising the socio-political profile of the country.
Everywhere in the global community, in different platforms, particularly where governments come together to negotiate or discuss about climate change, about biodiversity, about desertification, Ethiopia is in the front line, invited to present its success stories in planning and implementing large-scale landscape restoration. So that has been helping us to improve our name, to increase our political presence, our negotiation capacity, our diplomacy capacity, because like a country who is able to significantly contribute to climate change mitigation and adaptation. And also Ethiopia is becoming a country sharing a lesson to its neighboring country and to the global community how to plan a mega or a flagship nature-based solution program, how to implement it with its own capacity.
Due to the initiative's alignment with food security and climate change mitigation, Ethiopia has been chosen to host regional and global conferences, mentioning the UN Food Summit and African Climate Conference to be held in late July and September 2025, respectively, in Addis Ababa, he stated.
Ethiopia will host a Food Summit conference this year. Ethiopia is also preparing or hosting the Africa Climate Summit and also the UNFCCC Climate Week. These are really globally very important gatherings where many countries wanted to really grab and host these meetings, but the global community has given this year alone to organize these three very, very significant global and regional platforms or conferences. And it is because of the Green Legacy Initiative and also other initiatives that Ethiopia has been implementing to contribute to those global agendas that the global community agreed and approved, the application of Ethiopia to host this meeting.
Ethiopia is carrying out the planting of 7.5 billion seedlings across the country this rainy season under the theme Revival Through Planting.
Moving to other stories, EBC has inaugurated a new studio in Tercha town, southwestern Ethiopia, Thursday. During the launch ceremony, EBC CEO Getnet Taddese said the studio was built with EBC's own experience and knowledge accumulated over 90 years. He also said that EBC is producing professionals with great potential in television, radio, and digital media. Today, media outlets, whether federal, regional, or private, are using one way or another the human resources EBC empowered, the CEO said, noting that there are tireless engineers and professionals working day and night at EBC. Getnet extended gratitude to the professionals who worked hard to ensure that the newly built Tercha studio was completed on time. He said EBC has made efforts to reach almost all regions of Ethiopia in less than a year. Dauro Zone Chief Administrator Dawit Gabayo on Sport said the opening of EBC studio in the zone will help the zone promote its potential resources. The fact that Ethiopia's top media has opened its studio will create a good opportunity for the zonal administration to exercise responsibilities to promote Ethiopianism and unity, it was disclosed. The Ethiopian Investment Commission says Turkey has emerged as Ethiopia's second largest foreign investor with nearly 2.5 billion USD invested in sectors including textiles, agribusiness, and digital infrastructure. The announcement came at the 8th World Cooperation Industries Forum in Addis Ababa, where officials hailed Turkish growing economic footprint and Ethiopia's strategic role as a gateway to African markets. Goshu Meliso has more on that from the Ethiopian News Agency.
The World Cooperation Industries Forum was held in Addis Ababa, serving as an international business platform aimed at connecting future business leaders from various African countries with direct manufacturing companies from Turkey. The forum provided an opportunity for African business representatives to explore high-quality Turkish products at competitive prices. Speaking at the forum, Ethiopian Investment Commissioner Zelleke Temasghen stated that Turkey has become Ethiopia's second-largest foreign investor, with nearly 2.5 billion USD committed across sectors such as textiles, agribusiness, and digital infrastructure. Commercial Counsellor Tahal Person Salar of the Turkish Embassy in Addis Ababa said Turkey views Ethiopia as a strategic partner and gateway to broader markets.
Manufacturing, construction, and textile to agriculture, healthcare, and logistics. Turkish companies bring decades of experience, quality, and reliability. Many Turkish companies already operating in Ethiopia and creating tens of thousands of jobs. We are building on a strong foundation of trust and mutual benefits.
WCF Forum President Otoku Bensugu praised Ethiopia as a key partner and announced that it will be the guest of honor at the 13th Forum in August in Istanbul.
New era for Ethiopia-Turkey trade relations and trade volume. And together, let's reach out ambitious goal of $1 billion and in bilateral trade. You will see Turkish companies across the venue at various tables and booths. My recommendation, visit every single one, introduce yourself, and explore possibilities and open new trade collaboration. Each handshake today may be the start of a powerful partnership for tomorrow. Let's open the door to new investment, new collaborations. Because when we build together, we invest in the future, and we all know Africa is future.
Turkish investors who showcased their products and services have affirmed the vast market opportunities available in Ethiopia.
There's a lot of construction going on in Ethiopia. I can see a lot of cranes are busy working. So for our products is mostly for high-end, for hotels, for villas, because it's marble. So there is some needs, I'm sure, in Ethiopia for these products.
If we can make good transportation from Turkey in here, maybe we can deal with the more opportunities because we have good price, we have good conditions, we have really friendship rules. That's why this is only to dealing with your government rules for the perfumes and transportation dealing system actually.
Big potential in order to make the importation from the other countries, especially from Turkey. So we are willing to make the transportation all Ethiopian customers, all air and sea shipments. That is the opportunity for us for logistics.
The forum served as a key platform to boost economic ties, foster business-to-business links, and showcase Ethiopia's role as a growing investment and industrial hub in Africa, Eros learned.
And finally, the world prepares for the upcoming United Nations Food Systems Summit stock-taking meeting in Addis Ababa. Next week, smallholder farmers worldwide are demanding stronger representation within national food system strategies. The meeting, which will be convened 4 years after the inaugural UN Food Systems Summit, will bring together UN member state representatives to assess progress toward building more sustainable, equitable, and resilient food systems. Ethiopia, as host country, plays a key role in spotlighting these global challenges. Despite their critical role, smallholder farmers, those managing 2 hectares or less, say they need backings from stakeholders. These farmers produce about a third of the world's food, reaching up to 80% in some nations, yet they face challenges including rising input costs and climate change impacts. Shoaye Fentaye, a smallholder poultry farmer from Wayetu village in Sidama region's Borcha Woreda, highlighted the increasing price of poultry feed, which has risen to over 6,000 Ethiopian birr per 100 kilograms. Without affordable feed and better market access for eggs, the progress made is at risk, she said. She emphasized the need for reliable inputs and fair markets to sustain livelihoods. Globally, food systems still struggle to feed a growing population sustainably. In 2023, over 700 million people faced hunger, while food production remains a significant contributor to environmental degradation. International voices reinforce this call. At a recent Global Food Systems Summit in Honduras, farmers from Latin America and the United States shared experiences of coping with climate challenges such as droughts, floods, and hurricanes. A dairy producer from Honduras called for increased state support to improve infrastructure, market access, and education for future generations in agriculture. In Nepal, Tulsi Thapa, president of the Bihani Social Entrepreneurs Women's Cooperative, stressed the importance of empowering women farmers through access to resources and decision-making to drive agricultural progress and community transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching EBC World. Now a quick recap of the top stories. Ethiopia to launch 700 million tree planting program in a single day. And Turkish investments in Ethiopia reach $2.5 billion. And with that, we come to the end of today's news. Thank you for watching us. Bye-bye.